There are a lot of idiots in the administration, but there are also some idiots that call themselves spouses, like Stephen Miller. Now, Stephen Miller is a reprehensible human being.
That guy.
He's a reprehensible human being. His wife is just as stupid and just as evil, in my personal opinion. Boy, she has terrible taste in men. This is a really weird moment that I wanted to play for you because Katie Miller does not do a lot of public stuff. And apparently she's starting her new podcast. I would rather watch paint dry than listen to this woman talk because she's such an idiot. But she's making the case that conservative women are being silenced and there's no place for them to go, which is quite bizarre because have you watched Rumble? Have you seen all the women who do podcasts on Rumble? But listen to Katie Miller, again, play victimhood like so many of these MAGA idiots do, claiming that women don't have a voice on the right. Listen to this.
And why? Because for years I've seen that there isn't a place for conservative women to gather online. There isn't a place for a mom like me, mom of 3 young kids, 4, 3, and almost 2, and a wife, and trying to do a career, eat healthy, work out. There isn't a place for a mom like me. And so I wanted to create that space where we have real, honest conversations with people across the political spectrum and across the world to get lifestyle information, news, laugh with our friends, gossip about what's going on in the world from our perspective.
Yeah, I can't wait to listen to that podcast.
In
Holy
most conservative
smokes.
families, doesn't the wife take a back seat? Don't they want to go back to the 1950s?
There's a lot of misogynists.
Isn't that their goal?
There are some MAGA Republicans that don't even want women to vote. They think the man in the household should vote. Those people are bigots. But here would be my question to Katie Miller, besides the fact why you would literally be married to a... Yes, I do think Stephen Miller is literally a...
I thought she was going to name her show The Fourth Reich, but I probably shouldn't say that.
The Hale Miller Show. But my question to Katie is, what's stopping any woman, in this case a conservative, from starting their own YouTube page? What's starting any
she didn't
woman?
say. I was waiting for her to say, but she didn't say.
What's stopping any woman from starting her own podcast or doing a show on TikTok or Facebook or YouTube or Rumble, where there are plenty of women that do podcasts? What the hell are you talking about? You have the freedom to do a podcast if you want to. It doesn't matter what's between your legs, and it doesn't matter what your political opinions are. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You can eat what you want to eat. Nobody is stopping you from eating healthy or not eating healthy. You can exercise when you want to. You can hire a babysitter to watch your kids because clearly you have the money to do so, and do your podcast on any platform you like. What the hell are you talking about? There's nobody stopping you from doing it. All I'm telling you is the last person that I would ever listen to in a podcast is you. You're not smart. You're not funny. You're boring. Why the hell? You know what you know what? The only podcast that I would listen with her is if she talked about how boring her husband is in bed. I mean, that would be somewhat entertaining for me. You know, how boring he is. That's it.
One thing.
Yeah.
So it's the House Republicans that have legislation on the table to make it so that if you're married and you don't use your husband's name, you can't vote. I mean, that's an attack on women. That's an attack on females being able to vote. And
listen, they had Katie Britt doing a speech after, doing a speech in front of the kitchen. Okay, this is the Republican Party. There are many men.
She looked crazy.
Oh, well, she is crazy.
She had that look in her eye.
Well, she's a nut. It was all a terrible actress. But I will say this, ladies and gentlemen, there is one party, many within the Republican Party, who do not think women are equals. They don't think women should vote. They think women should be in the kitchen. And what's his name? Butker, the kicker on the Kansas City Chiefs. Is that his name? Am I pronouncing his name right?
Butker.
Butker. This is the guy who believes that the woman should be in the kitchen and raise the children and stay home, and in every family the man should be the breadwinner. That is what we call a misogynist. Because you see, in the United States of America, a woman has the right, if she does not want to have a child. If you want to have children, great. But just because you have a child doesn't mean you can't have a career. Just because you have children doesn't mean you can't have a career. And you should have exactly the same rights as men have. But if you're in the MAGA Republican Party, you believe men are superior. You believe men are stronger, wiser, smarter. And I do believe Stephen Miller is one of those people. And for whatever reason, Katie Miller wants to make it sound like she's some sort of victim because she can't do her own podcast. Please tell me, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a woman and a conservative, what's stopping you from doing a podcast?
Well, she's making it sound like we have nowhere to speak. We're
That's
just
nonsense.
We're just all voiceless. So I'm opening a podcast where they can all come
Yeah.
together
Yeah.
and we can have a voice. Well, she's the one who wants to be submissive. That's on her.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you something, Katie. I wouldn't listen to your podcast if people paid me a lot of money. I wouldn't listen to it. You're boring, you're dry, and I think you are just like your husband. You are despicable, and you have just horrible taste in men. You might as well date, because that's what I think of Stephen Miller. And yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. I said it.